is. Oh, my nail is broke. Let me use the other hand. This is
This
white.
whole setup is stupid. You got whatever you drinking in a wine glass with ice in it, drinking it from a straw.
No, because okay, so I got the straws because I didn't feel like messing up my lip gloss, and then I put the ice in there because I needed it to be chilled. I put it on the rocks, and then I put it in a wine glass because I wanted it to be a little fancy. It's nothing
But
wrong.
you drinking liquor, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm drinking. This is white grape Ciroc with a little splash of peach tea. Yeah, peach tea. I was about to say peach lemonade, but it's tea.
Seems disgusting. I just don't like this whole appearance. And then you're stirring it like it's coffee. This is dumb. All right, you ready?
Yeah. After you just, what you want me to take the straws out?
Do you? You are living your best life right now.
Listen,
What's up,
this is
everybody?
cool.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Darion. This is another edition of the Modern Luxuries podcast. And today I'm joined again. You've seen her before when we did our Friends episode, but one of my closest friends, Brie, back in the building.
Hey, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey.
Now, I'm going to kick this episode off with asking you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever been fired from your job? Oh, let me take that back. If you've been fired, what is the dumbest reason you got fired?
Okay. So, actually, I've been fired once in my life, and it was my first job. And I got fired because basically it was like the end of my shift. I had like 15 minutes left. And remind you, this is my first job, so I'm not knowing this really matters. But I went to the locker room, to the break room for the last 15 minutes, and I sat in the back until it was 15 minutes, and so it was time for me to clock out. And so basically, I guess it was like the night shift, so they seen me and this other girl sitting in the break room until we clocked out, and they fired me for that. They said I was still in time. I didn't know nothing about that. I mean, I wasn't messed up about it. I was cool with it regardless. I mean, I was only like 15, so I'm like, whatever. But somebody told me, like, if you're gonna do that, you're not supposed to go in the break room. You're supposed to go to the bathroom. But
Exactly.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay, so that was your stupid reason. I got fired because they asked me to work the day of my high school graduation, and I had taken 2 weekends off already. So he told me if I took the day off, I was getting fired. Both of our reasons was pretty,
Yeah.
good reasons.
Yeah.
So this defensive back, a rookie for the Seattle Seahawks, Kwame, I'm gonna mess his name up. Kwame Severed. I'm gonna share my screen for this. He got, if I can find out where to share screen. Here we go. Share screen. Wow. Share. He was cut for trying to disguise a woman and sneak her into his training camp. So get this. Not only did he try to sneak her in, the NFL's in quarantine because COVID. So they're very monitoring who. They caught him on camera trying to sneak her in by dressing her up as one of the athletes.
I mean, I just personally think he was better off sneaking out than trying to sneak her in looking like a man. Like that's just, come on now. It's just taking things too far. Like it ain't even that serious.
Listen, I, for one, I love sex. I love women. But I'm not about to jeopardize my job to sneak her into the hotel. I don't. But for all the reasons to get fired, mind you, the camp just started. So he really got fired on day 3 of his job. And not only that, I mean, he wasn't even a drafted rookie. Like, he's not even on the team for real.
All I'm gonna say is this: like, for that to happen to him, for him to be like his foot to be in the door and then it be slammed shut in his face like that, like that had to be God trying to teach him a lesson. Like that was something personal because that's not even like stuff like that don't just happen to people. Like come on now,
I
3 days
feel,
in
I
over.
feel bad for him too. I feel bad for him because it's kind of like the reason why you got fired was so publicized, and you're a rookie,
Yeah,
meaning that we really don't need you.
exactly.
No team is going to pick him up. I wouldn't pick him up because he was an undrafted rookie once, so we didn't even want, like, no team wanted to draft you. Then we sign you, give you an opportunity, and on day 3 of your job, you jeopardize the whole team. Because if she would have had COVID, he went to practice with COVID. He practices. Everybody got COVID now. Our whole football team.
Yeah. I'll say this though. Do you feel like had it been and it could be because he is a rookie, so it's like we don't really need you. But do you feel like had it been a different player, um, would it have been the same result? If you get where I'm going with that,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because, okay,
like to that extreme, maybe a lot of people when they do stuff they get suspended. Like this my first offense, 3 days in. Like it was a rookie mistake. Does my whole career have to end because of? I get it.
I'm
I
not
get
saying his
it.
career needs to end, though. I'm saying that it's no secret that COVID is going on.
Yeah.
NBA put their players in a bubble. Like, they can't leave Orlando. They can't leave the resort.
Mm-hmm.
NFL, they're still trying to piece things together. So it's not like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do it. No, it's very much known. When you go to camp, you go back to the hotel. Camp, hotel. Clockwork.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's kind of like you jeopardize the entire team. And beyond a team, you jeopardize billions of dollars. Because if I'm in that position as an
Mm-hmm.
owner of as a football team, I don't give a dang if you the starting quarterback, you the best player on the team. You
Mm-hmm.
do something like that, you're now jeopardizing my money, because if you get sick and you get my whole team sick, they can't play.
Right.
Now you're costing me money in the billions.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess it was very risky. Yeah. I mean, hey, like I said, I feel like it was a purpose for that happening.
Dang, that was loud.
I know that's my computer. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, I get what you're saying with that, like, cause it's COVID, so it's like that could have ruined it for everybody, like you said. So I guess I get it. I just feel like, dang, like you said, I hate that happened to him because
It's like I hate that it happened to him, but then in the same sense, I don't feel sorry for him. I
yeah,
It's like I feel
it's
sorry
like
for him, but
it's
then
a
I don't, because it's
mistake.
kind of like you did that to yourself.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it would be different if, you know, you was rooming with a dude and he did it and then you got dragged into it, or
Right.
if this was a groupie that you didn't really meet her, but the fact you went out your way to try to disguise her, knowing, so that means you knew
Yeah,
you
that's
was
what
something.
made it even worse because it's like you knew you was wrong in the first place, so
Yeah.
you like took it to the extreme. Yeah, that took it. I will say that made it a little bit deeper because it's like, come on now, dog.
It's like, not only did you try to sneak somebody in, like, not only did you try to have a woman over, you tried to sneak her in.
Is the
Like,
resort only closed to like them? Like no one else can rent rooms or anything of that nature?
I think so, because a football team, like, the roster has 73 players on it right now. So
Really?
yeah, right now, because it's preseason.
Every team?
They have like 70
Oh,
some players. Plus you
okay.
got the coaches, plus you got all this staff, you know, the equipment manager.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know nothing about football. So do like all 73 players end up playing throughout the season at least once?
So in NFL, at least, you
Mm-hmm.
start the season with a full, like, preseason roster. By the beginning of the season, that roster needs to get cut down to like 55.
Okay.
That's why they say people get cut, people.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same in college too, because like when I was in college, we started out with like 80 dudes, and it ended up being like, only 55 players can travel.
Okay. See, I didn't know all that. I didn't know the logistics.
Mm. Now you could be signed to the practice squad. Well, I'm not. It's called practice squad. You can get signed to the practice squad, but only then it's like, so at most there's 60 players on a team.
Okay. And the practice squad only practice.
Yeah, they're part of the team, but they don't play. They're not on an active roster.
They still get paid as much as the players.
I mean, they get a nice contract. I think their pay is like 200 some $1,000 a year.
Okay, that's not bad.
I mean, after you split that up between your agent and all that other legal fee,
No,
they
it's
tax
not
it.
much.
Yeah, they eating the same thing that we eating.
Damn. That's not good.
But you know what? She was probably looking real, like she had to be looking real good for you to risk it all.
Yeah, it had to be something about her.
Mhm. But you know what it probably was though, for real?
What?
She was probably wearing some Indulgence lingerie. This episode is sponsored by Indulgence Lingerie. Indulgence Lingerie.
Yes.
Indulgence Lingerie Boutique is probably hands down the best lingerie I've seen in a while. She did end up sending me a sample pack, and I'm just sending this out to a couple people. I'm gonna send you one for sure. But it was like the dopest thing ever. Low prices too. A lot of women swear by Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret hit you for like $100. You get one bra and panty set.
It's trash now, honey. They're trash. For
But
real.
Indulgence Lingerie, she actually just launched a new collection. And that new collection, they have pieces on there starting at like $25. Some pieces actually going for $5 for their old collection. But if you use our promo code ML Podcast, you will receive an additional 10% off of your next order. Really, if you do it right, you're getting a bunch of free stuff if you order enough. Again, use our promo code ML Podcast and receive 10% off your next purchase. The website will be somewhere down there or on this side, on Bree's side. But tell them MLP sent you.
Okay. Get that
Now,
line, honey.
oh yeah, lingerie be making a difference.
It does. It definitely makes a difference. It brings the woman a different confidence as well. Like when you know well put together under your clothes, like yeah.
So this is a good transition segue. Speaking of, women feeling good about themselves, the new hit song that's hit the streets, I think it's been out for like 2 weeks now, WAP. I'm pretty sure you heard it. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. I'm going to go out and just say it. I didn't even hear nothing they were saying the video. My mind was focused on something else. I'm talking about the video.
Okay.
They could have been saying, "How should I?" Blah, blah, blah. I was looking at
Now, video 10 out of 10.
bodies was amazing.
10. The whole concept of the video, I loved. I lived for the video. The video is what sold the song for me personally.
I feel like if there was no video, that song would just been like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it would have. You had to see a visual with that type of song.
Oh yeah.
But overall, as far as the song, like it's cool. I'm not like people been making a big deal about, them singing the lyrics that they're saying and all that stuff. I don't think it's a big deal because they always talk like that. That's just the culture of rap, of female rap right now. So I don't understand why they blowing that out of proportion. But as far as like the song itself, I think it's a catchy beat. Like I like the beat, there's some hoes in this house. That's the 80s type of 70s type of vibes, Well, really 80s, but 80s and 90s. But yeah, I like the song, but it's not something I will be banging, or singing. That ain't my vibe, but it's a good song for those like that type of.
I more hate everybody that's getting upset and just trying to say that whole, "Oh, it's inappropriate and they need to rap about something better." Cardi B said it a while back. Jermaine Dupri made comments on it. It was like, you get women artists that rap about logic, conscious rappers, and they don't be getting no plays. They don't be getting on TV. They don't get. You get rappers like Megan Thee Stallion,
Yep.
Cardi B, the City Girls. Who else is it? Cash Doll. You
Mm-hmm.
get them rapping about sex, and they push sex appeal, but then it's kind of like sex appeal is what gets people to listen to them. But then people get mad that that's what that's all you can use to get people
Right.
to listen to you.
Right.
It's like, well, we'll give everybody else an opportunity then.
I feel like this, like, yeah, I mean, everything about that statement is true. Like, that is what people want to hear now in this, at least in this moment of life or whatever. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear the Cardi and the Meg and all the little, ratchet stuff. That's what's that's the summer bangers. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what people want to hear when they out kicking it and riding around and doing what they doing or whatever. But it's just like, I feel like if you don't agree with that type of music, just don't listen to it. It's not going to change you voicing your opinion or saying this is ratchet or saying, like, they know what they saying is not being ladylike or being, like, at the end of the day, I heard that Cardi B said that this is a women's empowerment song. Like, she just trying to stop some of the backlash. She know damn well this is not no women's empowerment song. Like,
But it
you want
is
your daughter
though.
to think, no, but it's not. Like,
It
coming from
is.
a woman, it's not. Like, let me just say this. I don't have to, if I want praise and empowerment, I don't have to talk about my vagina in order to get it. I want you to praise me for the type of woman I am, the type of character I have, not how wet my vagina is. Like, everybody don't even need to know that. And that's just me personally. Like, you don't need to know, you know?
But if you
Like,
got that WAP,
what did John say? A lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. You don't need to know, unless you in my bedroom. You don't need to know how wet I can get. That's all I'm saying. But to each his own.
you
I'm
know.
just saying, all I'm saying is, don't say this is a woman's empowerment song, because
Well,
Cardi let
I
her
think
baby
what she was
listen
trying to
to it.
say by that, when I say it's a woman empowerment song, is Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Swanee, all these female artists rapping about. They're breaking that social standard that women have to be ladylike, women have to be like this, while men can. As men, we've made that same song, bro. We had a song named the Whisper Song.
Yeah.
Well, this man literally in the track said, "Wait till you." In the song, it said, "Wait till you see my dick,"
I mean, okay,
and
but
that was on the radio. Like,
fine. However, like,
so what I'm
all
saying,
I'm saying is, okay, go ahead.
I feel like when she's saying women empowerment is, I appreciate Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, especially Cardi B, because Cardi B goes out of her way to be unapologetically her. And she says, and she's basically, I don't care about the social stereotype or you labeling me. I'm making money. I'm having fun. I'm living my life. And men, y'all have been doing this for years. The
And,
exact same thing I'm rapping about, you've been doing.
and that's fine. However, that's not empowerment. I feel like that's equality. Don't use empowerment. Like, because when I think about empowerment, I think about something I would say or do to motivate someone else. And I'm gonna always go back to it, especially Cardi being the mother. Would you empower your daughter with this song? No, you would not. Like, and if she said she would, I highly doubt. I'm not gonna even say that she a bad mama, because I don't think she is at all. I think she would just be lying if she said that she would let her baby listen to that. Like, that's just my personal opinion. It's not empowerment. Like, you don't empower women by telling them, yeah, like, talk about your wet ass pussy. Like, no, you don't empower
Hey,
people
if you
through
got
that.
it, flaunt it.
I mean, and that's
Which,
your the world doesn't have to know. That's all I'm saying. Like, what happens to, like, privacy? Like,
that's been gone. That's been gone on social media, because there used to be a time you had to actually seek and find out what females was doing, if they gave head, if they liked what they like and said. You actually had to like find out. and you might strike out. You might be wanting a female to do X, Y, Z, and she does none of it. Now you just have to hop on her Twitter and see what she's liked, retweeted, or tweeted for herself.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say this: like certain things, I will repost in like a jokingly manner, but I personally, I'm not the type of person that talk about my sex life on social media. Like, I just don't get down like that. I just feel like I will be what they consider a closet freak. Like, you have to know me in order to know. My close friends may know, whatever, whatever, but I'm not doing
But
all
even
that.
taking away you, I mean, we're in this society now where women will literally just put on their Instagram and
I'm
Twitter, "I'm horny."
Yeah.
It used to be a time we actually had to figure that part out.
I mean, listen, they
And these
different.
same females will get mad when you slide in their DMs, and I feel like that should be against the law. I should like it should be a crime to get upset at somebody sliding your DM after enticing them.
Like, and that's what I'm gonna say this. Like, I'm with the guys on some certain things. Like, I keep seeing this post that keep going over Facebook. Like, y'all need to. It say women, y'all need to respect us, and then it says like them, and it's a bunch of different pictures of different women like poking their ass out. Like really being like fast on social media or whatever. But it's just like, I don't know, I feel like you have to earn respect. And I know it's not, you can't judge people by their appearance. However, I feel like men naturally, they judge you by how you appear to them. Like, if they gonna approach you by what vibe you are getting off. I have never ever in my life had a dude walk up to me and be like, damn, baby, you thick as hell. Like some just inappropriate shit, because I don't carry myself like that. And I'm not saying that it makes
I
it
feel
right.
like I've heard somebody come at you crazy before.
I'm gonna say this.
I've seen
Say this, and I'm gonna say this though. If they did, 9 times out of 10, what was I doing? Was I turned? Was I lit?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay
at the
then.
moment you was thick, so I mean,
I don't. Okay, you may recall that, but I really don't. That doesn't happen to me often, for real. Like, I don't have guys now. I'm gonna say this: in Chicago, you will have a few pulling, but for the most part, like a dude that's really trying to talk to me or think he finna walk away with my number, he's never gonna approach me on some like just some disrespectful type of shit. Like, you ain't, hey shorty, how you doing? I don't.
that is
I
one thing
don't
that amazes me
like that.
about that amazes one thing that amazes me is like the art. I get a lot of women, or it's the art form of how the seduction, art of seduction.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just baffled, like being out here in Atlanta and then going back home to Vegas and hearing how dudes talk to females, and it's kind of like, does that work? Like, that works for you? Like, we'd be like, excuse me, hey yo, mom, mid, hey, come here. Like, did you just summon her? Like, that works?
See that to me, I promise you, like, I'm gonna ignore you so hard, you would literally think I don't hear you, because who are you talking to? Like, I don't know. I don't respond to no a shorty, a ma. Like, no, that's not how you gonna approach me at all.
But it upsets me because it worked for somebody.
Yeah, it do.
It worked enough for dude, because it's not like one person is doing this. Multiple guys are doing this same tactic, so it must be working.
Yeah. It's
Like, whatever happened to guys being gentlemen?
what happened to me one day? I went out with one of my little homies, right? Me and my friend went out. So we go to the strip club. So the guys that we went with, they end up leaving. We wanted to stay or whatever for a few extra minutes. So they leave and we like standing by the door, like we not even like in the crowd, none of that. We real off to the cut. And these two young guys walk past, probably my age, could be younger, but they somewhere around our age. But I'm like looking, over my shoulder or whatever, and I see him walking behind me. But I'm thinking he just like getting close. I'm not thinking he finna do nothing. And I had on some shorts and my booty, like my cheeks weren't hanging out or nothing. I'm just standing there. And he literally came up to me and like rubbed my ass cheek. And so I instantly turned around and it was like a reflex. I like like pushed the shit out of him, like whoosh. And the dude, his homie, was like, "Hey, don't be doing all that." So you know me, I get to arguing with him, like, tell you, like, first of all, you weak as hell because you should be telling your homie he shouldn't even touch me, for one. And secondly, like, you a little nigga, you gonna sit up here and take up for another man? Like, how you speaking up before he say something? And I hear him. But like the fact that they thought, I guess he thought I was gonna be, why you just touched me? And you know, like I was gonna be like entertained by the fact that he just rubbed against me. And I wanted to fight him like on some real. I felt so like disrespected.
I feel like Lil Jon started that because, like I said, the Whisper song. He really
Yeah,
went up
but
to a woman and
that shit
whispered.
don't work in real life. That shit
Like,
don't work in real life. Like, don't you
but
thought
it
you was gonna
must.
get my
I mean,
me?
it
I
must
just
work.
know what makes guys feel it is okay or that it's appropriate to touch someone that you do not know. Like, what makes you think that even when they trying to initially talk to you, even if they approach you face to face, like they'll walk up to you, grab your waist and shit, like what makes you think it's okay? Why are you so comfortable to put your hands on me? Like, that's what I don't get about men.
Well,
And men
you
do
know,
that.
well, and it sucks because it really comes to like the black woman is the least protected person in the world to me. And a lot of times you don't support a lot of black women. However, at MLP Studios, we do support black women at all times because this episode is sponsored by Kamer Avenue. Kamer Avenue is the premier mobile cigar bar and online distributor for the Atlanta metro area. They have a humidor that is far better and more diverse than 90% of cigar bars you've been to. They have cigars for the novice smoker all the way up to the expert smokers, from flavored cigars all the way to fullest bodied cigars, with options from nearly every country that exports cigars. If you're not in Atlanta, that's not a problem at all because they ship across the country. And as a matter of fact, if you visit cameravenue.com and use our promo code ML Podcast, you will get 15% off of your next purchase. Now, that's a whole cigar if you shop it right. Again, that's Kamer Avenue, KAMMER Avenue.com, and put in our promo code ML Podcast and receive 15% off. And did I mention to you, this business is owned by two extraordinary black women. They're really close friends of mine. I love them to death. They've been with the podcast ever since before we had a mic. So again, visit cameravenue.com and use promo code ML Podcast and receive 15% off and tell them MLP sent you. But back to your point, I don't see how. I agree. I agree in the sense of like, it. What makes people, especially men, black men especially, think that works? But then equally, I ask a question to black women or women in general. It must work in order for people to continue to do it. And it's like the women that allow it to work perpetuates why it gets done to the women that don't like it.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like someone, and this is something that a lot of people say, but it came from some movie or something, like basically saying like what they said, like it's bitches like you that make it hard for women like me. I'm sure you heard that before, but
I know it's like I hear it and I'm trying to think what movie it is. I want to say it's Players Club, but then I'm like, that ain't it.
no, it was. I think she
I want to say it's Players Club.
she turned that to Ronnie. I think she told no, either Ronnie or her cousin.
How about I say I think it was her cousin when she caught him cheating.
Her cousin.
Which,
But
by the way, worst cheater ever. He had ample time to get dressed because she
yeah,
was in a full fight at the front door for like a good 2 minutes.
that was just bad acting. Okay.
He was a terrible cheater.
Any other dude would have been on it. But yeah, I do agree that I'm gonna say this, like people, and that's why I had to learn to, when it comes to guys, like I'm gonna be myself. Period, point blank. Like I used to be the type of person where if something bothered me, I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm trying to play it cool. I'm trying to act like, like I'm just this tough cookie, don't nothing bother me and stuff like that. And it's like I had to grow up out of that, like, I'm not about to be trying to act like that I'm not emotional, or I don't have feelings because the dude trying to act like he don't have feelings. So with that being said, it's just like I feel like some women feel like they can't talk or they can't mention when they're uncomfortable or they don't like something or they have standards, because men make us feel like, oh, you complaining, or oh, you nagging, or like you don't want to be. It's like this whole notion of like we supposed to act like robots, like stuff don't make us uncomfortable or stuff don't bother us. And it's like, no, baby. If you feel like some women, I was downtown, right? And this dude was like, we was getting on this bike ride. I think I told y'all this on the last podcast. Maybe I didn't, but we was getting on this bike ride, and this dude was trying to get on the same one before us or whatever. He had walked up to the dude, started talking to him. And so basically the dude like, yeah, I'm gonna come back around and get y'all. And the guy like, yeah, because I'm trying to get my dick sucked down the block. And the girl like that he talking about standing right there. And she just like, you better stop fucking playing with me. And I'm just looking like, that's how you gonna say, like, he would have to take me home, because that's embarrassing. Like, even if that was what I was about to do, you gonna tell everybody out here that, like, that's disrespectful. And I know she was embarrassed, especially because it's two strangers sitting right here. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just did that in front of two other women that she don't know. So I know she was embarrassed. But she don't want to do too much. She don't want to ruin the moment. She don't want to, you get what I'm saying, get
I
into it
mean,
with
what
him.
moment at that point?
The moment they was outside, exactly. But they was outside kicking it or whatever. Her homegirl with this other dude. So she probably ain't trying to kill the vibe. But it's like, come on now. How you gonna let him disrespect you like that? Like, he shouldn't even felt comfortable to even say no shit like that. And that's what we as women, that's what we mess up, because we teach men how to treat us. And so when it gets so far down the line that he's saying crazy shit like that in front of complete strangers, now you don't even want to say shit because you've been letting him say crazy ass shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So we got to do better on our end and start putting our foot down about.
I'm gonna go and say, for those who's wondering why she's laughing, I just sent her a message. Stop cussing.
Saying,
you don't get me demonetized. I got sponsors.
sorry,
But no, but seriously,
go get a drink. Now I'm getting all, I get real when I get the.
well, to that, I think I can't wait for the day where enough women shut down the idea of money not being impressive. Because I'm tired of seeing dudes like, I've seen a dude at the gas station try to press females that was right in front of me. And it was like they stuff came out to like $20. I mean, like $5. And this man pulled out like $3,000 just to flex that he got the money, then say something to them. It's like that. What did that prove? Like, why is money so prevalent in a relationship? It is kind of like these are the dudes that will say, "Oh, she'll go dig all this," but it's kind of like, well, enough women made him believe that it's okay that money can get you any female you want.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. Like, a lot of this stuff I can't relate to. I really can't, because I don't even like no flash type of dude like that. You pulling out I get offended because I feel like now you feel like you can buy me. Like, now you feel like I'm going to just talk to you because you got money. Like, but again, when you got some women that's giving off their impression, like all it take is a couple of hundred for them, like, oh shit, he got money, I'm gonna talk to him,
$40.
like,
That's the number.
yeah, like
$40.
a girl will just talk to a dude because he drive a nice car, or she seen him at Lennox, and so she assumed he got money. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, it's all about. I feel like it's just the culture right now, for real, because you can't even tell people to stop thinking like that when you got City Girls and Meg and Cardi all saying what they done did for a Birkin and what they done did for a Lambo, and you get what I'm saying? You just got a lot of bad influence right now on the youth, for real.
I mean, that is a bad influence, but as far as blaming it on the youth, I feel like a lot of that comes with home training too, because we
But
can't blame it on the
I'm not
music.
saying like, blame it on the youth. I'm just saying, like, this is what, regardless of what's happening in homes, these teenagers watching Cardi and Ari and Meg and Cash, now this is social media. Like, and parents in reality, they can't control that right now. You can't tell no 17-year-old not to be on Instagram in reality. Like, it's just not gonna happen. The 17-year-olds, I was kicking it at 17. To be quite honest, I wasn't in the house doing homework, or, like, I had a long weave down my back at 16. So it was just like, and it wasn't that my mama allowed it per se, but it was just like,
You was
it
being
is
fast.
what it, yeah, like, I wasn't being fast. I was just, because
Tennessee.
I wasn't even, you can't say I was being fast because I wasn't doing anything with boys at the time. I was just kicking it. But, I mean, hey, it's just what times we live in right now. For real, for real. I'm glad that, my daughter, she gonna be, hopefully all this Cardi B, all this
My
culture.
daughter, just wait a minute. Where does this
My
extra
daughter
child
can
came
be
from?
here.
Oh,
My
okay.
daughter,
Where does extra child come from? I was like, I know you got legend.
no babies over here. No, ma'am. But yeah, like, hopefully when I, have another child, all that'll be over with. Cause I'm not really with the movement. Not with the Cardis and stuff. I feel like, as far as the rap culture or music culture, we don't have no mainstream positive women, like Cardi said, though, for real. Because
And
we don't.
it's crazy, but too, and just to bring it full circle back to Cardi being empowering. If you listen to a lot of like Cardi's things, she's loud, she's ratchet, but some of the information that she be spitting be like real information, because like when she's talking, like I think she made a video a few days ago where she was talking about a lot of y'all talking about y'all got WAP, but y'all got this. You need to do XYZ. Yeah, it came off as funny and ghetto, but that is like a real like feminine hygiene. Hey, you female ladies, you need to do this. She did, like, if you watch a lot of Cardi, I didn't like Cardi B at first. I didn't like her music. I said she was too loud. I didn't like her. But the more I listened to her, the more I was like, as uneducated as she is, she makes educated statements. And like when everybody's like, oh, why is she doing videos with Joe Biden and doing all this, being political? It's like she's actually well versed and educated in society. And she understands society and she pushes it. Like when she's responding to Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
She's basically saying that if you want, I'm gonna do the rap that sells. And this sells. If I was rapping about XYZ, y'all wouldn't buy it. This sells.
I mean, which is true. Like, I definitely agree with that. That's why I said it's kind of something like I feel like we know, overall, we know, like, what's the negative impressions that we're giving the community or giving the youth in general. I think we know it, but it's kind of like, what can you do about it right now? Because the artists are going to do what sells. They're going to, they're going to talk about what they know going to get them a coin at the end of the day. So it's just like,
Well, I mean, that means that we first need to change. Men, we need to change to make, like, as much as we're bad mouthing it, we need to like stop perpetuating that it's okay. I be it if she keeps rapping about, oh, I had sex with him and then I get a Birkin bag. Fellas, stop buying these women Birkin bags just to have sex with them. Let's normalize that part
I mean, but
first.
how many men gonna actually listen to that?
That's the problem.
Exactly. Like,
I mean,
I feel like honestly, I feel like women are so like um mentally weak when it comes to men. Like, I think overall we just yearn because we are conditioned to feel like we need a man. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you got this little small, very small movement of independent, I don't need a man type of women. But for the most part, every girl they're willing to say, they're willing to share a man just to say they have a man. Be like, oh, he come home to me at night, all this type of stuff. So it's like, we're so conditioned to feel like we need to have a man, like that solidifies up with us, whether we have a booming career or we could be making six figures, whatever the case may be, and people would still make you feel bad if you don't have a husband, or you get what I'm saying, if you don't have a man in your life. So it's like when it comes to stuff like that, women are willing to accept way more just to say they have a man, versus men is it's praised to have hoes. So it's like when you got women that feel like, okay, I gotta have a man, and you got men that feel like, okay, I gotta have hoes. When are you ever gonna find some type of mutual respect? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
And then it's like, and then what I tell women is, you know, while you're doing this now, calling this the whole phase, then you expect somebody to marry you at some point. It's kind of like, well, I don't want to marry somebody that, and that's not me being shallow. That's just having a preference. I would prefer not to have a hoe.
I mean, I feel like women prefer that too. But at the end of the day, a man that's for you and a woman that's for you and that's meant to marry you, they're gonna accept you. They're gonna accept your past completely. Like they're not gonna judge you. They're not gonna hold that against you. They're not gonna feel like, oh, I can't be with you. I love you. I want to be with you, but I can't because you used to be a hoe 5 years ago before I met you. That's some bull. Like that, life don't work like that. People don't care. If you never, and it's like I learned personally, when you're in a relationship, don't tell your spouse everything about your past.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say.
Well, no, I won't agree with that.
I didn't know that. I only had one relationship in my life that was with my child's father. And I didn't know not to tell him certain things. Like I thought I was supposed to be an open book. And I literally used to say that to him, like, and he'd get so upset about certain things that I told him. But you know, you live and you learn. So I was dating the next time around, kept certain things to myself.
No, be open book. He was just I'm not
No.
even gonna comment. I'm not even gonna comment because I know both y'all personally. But it's about time to wrap up. We've been on for a little bit. You know, we'll shout out your social medias and any projects you got going on. I know you said you was doing some stuff last time you was on.
Yeah, so my Instagram, and I'm taking a hiatus from Instagram right now because you know you gotta have tunnel vision. But my Instagram is _ BRIESHEKOR _ and my Facebook is also Brie Shekor. No Snapchat, no none of that, Twitter, none of that. But so yeah, I do once again have an ebook coming very, very soon. And I also will be launching my media production company very soon as well. More details next time around. But yeah, so y'all can catch me out real soon with the, just be looking out for your girl because she coming.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for the wait.
And you already know MLP Studios is gonna try to see if we can buy us a piece.
Yeah,
We're gonna buy us a little piece into it.
we need a little.
You can sign, if you
Friends,
want to deal with no issues, sign MLP.
come on, you want to do this? Well, we're already established. We just haven't launched yet. We just been getting the last little final touches, situated.
Y'all got money over there, so
No,
you out here broke.
look,
I'm out here broke.
listen, we be hustling just like everybody else, honey, trying to make ends meet.
Shoot. I made a joke to somebody the other day. I was like, I don't matter how much money I make selling clothes and doing the podcast, MLP Studios, I'm still gonna steal from Walmart self checkout.
I have to stop. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. One day, and I'm just telling y'all because I'm telling the truth. One day I was in there, and my cousin got caught, and I was just like, this it for me. But it was like she was acting, she wasn't being playing with it at all. You feel me? But like that was the wake up call. I was like, I'm too blessed. God don't want me doing this no more. He said you are out of college. You are an adult now.
You gotta stick to your script. Hit him with when you get caught. Be like, I didn't steal this time. I never left the store.
Like no. But if it's already in your bag, then what you supposed to say?
I'm gonna be like, shoot, hey, your scanner must have didn't see the scan. I scanned it. I'll pay for it.
I guess that's right. Yeah, I guess that's right. You know me, I'm like shit. Hey, can she pay for it now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this has been another edition of Modern Luxuries podcast. Thank you again for hopping on very short notice. I think I texted you yesterday. We love you.
It's a pleasure. I said
Yeah.
it was always a pleasure. It was a pleasure as always. See, that's the Ciroc talking. I don't even be drinking vodka. I really am a Douce type of girl, just to let y'all know.
Yeah, she's expensive.
I
But
have,
that's it. But that's it. Holler at us. Everybody follow us on Instagram, Modern Luxuries Podcast, all our social medias. I have a big announcement. There may be an expansion to MLP Studios. Modern Luxuries Podcast to MLP Studios. So I'm gonna be doing what I work on that. So just stay tuned. But we out of this thing.
all
Peace.
right. See y'all. Peace.